Okay. So got some people starting to hop on. So I'll get started with my intro, I guess. Everyone, thanks for joining us. My name is Tanner Watt. I'm a Municipal Program Specialist with LAS. I'm joined today by Tim Elms, who's the LAS contact for Northern Ontario, and Marcia Thurland, who is the owner of Choice Survey, and we're going to be hearing from her today on what Choice has to offer. They're one of the newest parts of the LAS Municipal Group Buying Program, so we're excited to have them on board to offer a different range of products than we've normally been able to offer. This is part of our Municipal Group Buying Program. We launched it over a year ago now, about a year and a half ago, to help municipalities with the purchasing that they do every day to try save some money on those purchases and also save time on the procurement work. Since then, it's been a really great success. We've got about 160 municipalities in Ontario that have already been using the program, and it's growing every day. We are recording this webinar. We'll have it posted on our website and on YouTube for future use for anybody who's not able to join us today. And we will send out the slide deck along with contact information in an email either this afternoon or tomorrow. We're going to do the Q&A using the feature built into Zoom. So at the bottom of your screen, you should see a Q&A box. Click on that. At any point, you can go in there and type in a question. And then once we're all done with the presentation, we'll go through the questions and put Marcia on the hot seat to answer those. So without further ado, I'll hand it off to Marcia.
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. I'm calling from outside of Edmonton, and I'm actually very grateful for the opportunity to work with you guys. We're just been awarded the contract as of January of this year, so we are starting to learn a lot about the organization, and we're hoping to This is bizarre. I have this weird thing up on my screen, but I think we're okay. If you guys don't see my screen, let me know, but something just came up. So we're just going to kind of go through the agenda here, just a simple introduction. I want to talk to you guys about the program and benefits, brief overview of the products, and of course the questions at the end. So this is me. This is actually where I'm sitting right now in my acreage, just to let you kind of know a little bit more about us and our company here. I am the owner. Was fortunate enough to start this business about 10 years ago, and I currently live outside of Edmonton. I've actually had the opportunity to live in different municipalities, starting off as a farm girl, with a town north of a little town that was about 600 people. So I've come from the small towns to live in the larger cities like Calgary and Edmonton, and then moved into a smaller city while I was raising my two boys. And now I'm living with my two dogs, with one that wants to sit here and bark at me through my window. So I don't think he realizes he's being recorded right now. Other than that, we've been having the opportunity to kind of know the municipalities. I've had the ability to kind of go across Canada and travel and understand the diversity of all the different programs and different just the different people. Sorry, he's still staring at me, so I'm hopefully the waggy tail is going to go away here shortly. So like I said, we're celebrating this year 10 years in business. We have 2 stores in Edmonton and Calgary. My mission from the very beginning has been to create, be very community oriented, but work on a national company reach. And what has made us strong over the years is my ability, or our team's ability, and the willingness to do the research and sourcing on behalf of our customers. Before I started the company, I was actually a fleet and field equipment manager for a large survey and geomatics company. and across Western Canada with 22 offices. So understanding the different type of products and services for the different regions and people was something that I was able to do. So that has kind of turned us into more of a consulting and a partner with people versus just selling you stuff off our website or in our store. A little bit more is our core values as the company is very important to me because they are my personal ones. Acting with integrity. I'm probably the most transparent and honest person when it comes to the products and the services we could provide. I'm very pleased to have a lot of connections in the across the country and in the industry. So if we can't do something for you, I enjoy being able to pass you off to the right person. Of course, our teamwork, community focused, our friendships kind of tie into that, and of course, our family. Family, these are my two boys. They're very integral parts of my business. Aaron, that's on the one side of me, he's actually joined my company 5 years ago after getting some field experience with one of my number one client. And he was able to work in the mountains as a surveyor and some other parts of the city. So he's got some hands-on experience as well as some education. Maddie, my oldest one, actually lives in Toronto. So he's my tie to Ontario. We have some family there through my partner. And of course, Maddie's finishing law school at York University with Osgood and getting his philosophy master's degree at the same time. So he's finally done. He's been there for about 4 years, and this April he'll be going for his Ontario bar. So my boys are very important to me, being a single mom for all these years, and I'm happy to know that my goal of hopefully having grandchildren in Ontario and Alberta and going between the two provinces is going to work out sooner than later. So I have had the opportunity to be in Ontario, and actually I choose to drive. Last October, I took my mom and we actually came from Edmonton all the way to Toronto and spent some time in the Thunder Bay area, as well as the Sault Ste. Marie, and of course in Toronto. So it was a good drive. It's fascinating how big Ontario is and how different it is, but that's what makes it exciting for me to have this opportunity to work with you guys. Going to teamwork. Teamwork's huge. We are a small business. We don't try to be big, and it's all these relationships that make us strong. The municipality offices, the ALS, our choice team, our vendors, the other business services that exist. I think this program excites me because we actually can create something together here and work together. Without the municipalities kind of sharing what they do and what they need from us. And of course, the ALS communicating and giving us the opportunity to be a part of it, we can't do our jobs. The choice team, we're quite small, and I like to keep it that way. And I believe, with my son and myself, and we have a couple other team members that work with us, I'll probably be your main contact because I'm also an early bird. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I will be ready for 8 o'clock in the morning for you guys. As well, the community focused and building friendships. We really actually, we do want to work with leaders and be able to put back into the community. We want to be part of the solution, whether it's the environment, whether it's the bettering the communities, the education. I'm a huge animal fan, of course. So this is another reason why the ALS program is really intriguing for myself, is because it really ties into being able to contribute into more people's lifestyles. And later we'll talk about a little bit more, but this is something that is very important to me, is I want to be able to work with you guys to figure out how we can actually contribute back to your guys' community. Currently, we support education, anything to do with healthy lifestyles, whether it's marathons, any type of fundraisers, and also any type of environmental improvements. If there's somebody that needs an irrigation system for your gardens for a community garden. If we just donated some money to help a small community be able to put that in there for their seniors and their children to actually have a community garden because it was more condos in that area. Any of these kind of things, because we're so new in this program, it's hard for us to kind of figure out where we fit in. And I really invite anybody out there to actually talk to us about how we can actually, just besides just offering you product and services and advice, is how we can actually bring back and tie back into your guys' community. So why did we choose to be a part of the ALS and go through the process? Like I was mentioning through the other points here, it interests us to be a part of something greater and being part of more communities. With our current structure and our partners, we can find solutions and products that can be maybe a better fit for you. We can possibly work with organizations and municipalities to use the resources and knowledge across the other communities. I'd love to share the information. Maybe something that works for one community will work for somewhere else. Technology, what we do is no one can be an expert at everything. And to being able to have a network and be a part of the network is actually quite a exciting and interesting part of our business. And I believe that after 10 years of our business and kind of where I came from, I believe that we kind of fit this model that we can work with you. We're not salespeople. We work with local businesses, and we want to keep the money in the community, and we want to be able to offer the best services possible without overselling in a lot of cases. So I believe that working with the municipalities, we can actually offer something a little bit more different. So this is more about what we do and how we do it. Choice prefers the human interaction. I don't have an e-commerce site at this moment. I found that when we had an e-commerce site years ago and some of our other competitors have e-commerce sites, a lot of mistakes happen. A lot of our supplies and a lot of our equipment is a very technical pieces of equipment. So it's very easy to have mistakes if you buy things online. It's different if you're buying a can of paint, for example, possibly. However, in a lot of our supplies and accessories to the GPSs or cables, one little mistake on the website could actually cause you guys having problems of not getting the products that you need, which pretty much delays everything. So we do a different, I do like having emails and phone calls and talking to people when we can actually interact and chat back and forth to ensure we have the right products for you guys. So how we do it, we determine your needs. We make sure that we kind of understand exactly what you're asking for. There's a lot of terminology out there for the exact same things going. So we try to make sure we actually are all on the same page. So we find the correct tool, and then we select the best solution based on pricing, quality, and fit. And of course, we complete the order. So quickly, just overviewing process a little bit more detailed, determining your needs and choosing the right tools. These are the some of the categories that we actually carry. We just don't sell GPS or pin finders or paint or flagging. We are a full supply and equipment. So whether it's mapping and GIS down to machine control at a higher level, simply down to stationary, waterproof paper, safety supplies, measuring tools, any of that stuff, we either carry in our warehouses, we drop ship it, and some of our people are in Ontario that we actually get our supplies from, or at the same time, if I can't help you, we actually have somebody that will I can refer you to, and hopefully they can help you out. So select the best solution. Like I said, we're fortunate enough to have many different suppliers and brands that we are affiliated with. I find that not every manufacturer has the best product for everybody, or however, you may have a situation that you already have existing equipment that we need to make sure that we tie to. So we have the flexibility. We're very rare in that in our industry, that we aren't necessarily exclusive to one manufacturer. so we can actually provide many different alternatives for you guys. So then it goes into completing the order. To process the order, again, we just do that phone, email, whatever happens. Then we deliver or ship. So for shipping in Ontario, what we currently do is we drop ship in a lot of cases, and we have from a supplier out of London and the other suppliers out of Exeter. So they do a lot of drop shipping for us. It doesn't make sense for us to ship it to Alberta and then ship it back to you. I also trust them to do all the tech support and to make sure that the product is actually up and running and doing everything it needs to do before it gets to you guys. So we have that as well. The completing the order is more than just kind of sending you guys an invoice. The training and support is very crucial to us. There are some products that we find that they're not maybe as straightforward. So we actually do offer the free training and support continuous after you buy the products. So that's kind of the whole completion. And of course, the invoicing process just goes through we follow the ALS rules and processes. So quickly, overview of products and solutions. There's so many, and I apologize. I just kind of had to choose kind of what we wanted to kind of glance over. Hopefully we can do something more in depth a little later. But this one is the Smart Tracks. It's a pin finder, which seems to be the number one thing that we sell to the municipalities at this moment. This one, the reason why I chose and highlighted it was because we actually sourced this particular pin finder out when we had some clients that were kind of getting frustrated with the other manufacturers that were out there that seemed to be more popular. This one is actually it's actually from North America, the States. It's actually manufactured there. And we found that it had the better technology, better warranty, and better price point. So we've actually offered to the municipalities free demos. So if anybody that actually wants to try it out, we ship one out to them. They can try it out for a couple of weeks. They can learn how to use it. There's a little bit of a video on our website. And if they don't like it, not a big deal, but at least they have an opportunity to try something new and different. We've had a lot of success with it, and very rarely have people actually wanted to return it to us, which obviously is great for us. But this is probably the number one product that we can highlight. The whole benefit of using us is us sourcing out a product that was maybe better for you guys at a better price point, better warranty, and offering the free demos and services. So that's kind of why we chose this one to kind of put as the first one. For us, geospatial solutions is such a wide topic, from the software to GPS to robotic or mechanical total stations down to even just simple leveling products. There's such a wide variety. So going back to us talking about when somebody calls us or talks to me and says, hey, I have this project, or this is what my guys are doing in their field, or this is what we're kind of thinking about collecting data or how to improve, we can actually offer kind of some advice of what you need. Not everybody needs to spend the $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. Some people can just get away with a couple $100. So our approach is to actually really have that conversation. And like I said, if I can't guide you to the right place, we have experts and other people and other manufacturers that can actually provide all the training and assistance. Oh, so just wanted to kind of cover this little bit because we know that this is being recorded and it's good. A lot of people kind of don't know what is the GNSS is, what GPS is, what some of the terminology. What my goal is, hopefully working with the organizations, is to kind of figure out where you guys are. And some municipalities may have professional engineers and surveyors that have a lot of years of experience, and other municipalities may not. And this is kind of one of those things that we want to be able to be a part of educating you guys and working with you guys at whatever level you're at, and hopefully kind of clarify some of the terminology that's used in the industry that will actually kind of help. So of course we have the GPS, which is the states, the GLONASS is another satellite system, the Beidou, and then Galileo. All of these, I remember though that years ago when this stuff wasn't all available and we used to just call it GPS or RTK, and now the terminology is GNSS because we have so many different satellites available out there. Again, what is RTK, GPS, and how does it work? In simple terms, the RTK systems receive the same satellites as you would with your car or smartphone. It's just that we have a little, depending on your accuracy, we just have a basin or network reference stations that are being used. So this is where we kind of come in and try to figure out the right equipment, what you can use and what your resources are currently in your your municipality. Sorry, my throat's kind of going off a little today too. Another product that we are supplying to our clients is machine control. Machine control is actually getting more and more popular over the last several years. And here's just some applications that can be possibly used in your guys' industry. The rollers, we do a lot with excavators. Dozers are huge. So these are, this again is a little bit more complicated, and it's not necessarily the everyday process in a 2-second conversation. We do have to take some time to actually understand exactly what you guys are doing to make sure we can have the right product. So every application and scenario is different, and how it kind of covers, there's different products that can actually suit your needs. The 2D machine control can start at a very low price all the way up to a 3D that goes a little bit more advanced. One thing we like to work on with our clients is talking about the return on investment. And this is just an example, like with machine control, we kind of want to talk to you guys and say, okay, is this actually the right thing for you? Is a 2D at $15,000 versus a 3D at $50,000? Where does your return on your investment, and how long is it going to take for you to actually get your money back? There's some things that we actually consider. How many men, like can you reduce your man power? Safety is involved in it. There is a lot of things that we actually, besides just the technology and what it actually does, there's other things to consider on to decide whether you want to purchase something as machine control or whether it's even just a pin finder and where that sweet spot is. So that's the stuff that we actually like to have those conversations with you guys as well before we actually sell you anything. This is another product that is kind of one of my favorites, and we actually get it out of Ontario. And my main partner, my dealer, I'm the dealer. He's my main supplier, and I work very closely across in selling the iDigs. This is, again, a 2D machine control for excavators. And it's solar powered, it's no cables. We sell a lot of these mainly for people that don't need the full 3D and they want something simple and easy to use and at a really good price point. So this is something that highlights kind of the great product in Ontario. We install them for free because John goes out there and works with everybody. So he's, and also there's some demos that we can actually have them in Ontario because again, all this is coming from Ontario and it makes no sense for me to ship it to Edmonton and come back. A little bit more about 3D. We're just going to pass over this really quickly. Again, we are a supplier that offers more than just one brand. This happens to be the Hemisphere machine control. We sell Carlson GPS, and they have a machine control line, but this is also Hemisphere. Plus, we have the iDig. So it kind of gives you guys a little bit of a demonstration about that we actually have more than just one product and one kind of slot you into one space. I briefly talked about a network application. This just kind of says, kind of just a brief slide, would a network or a GIS solution work best for your application? Some municipalities already have network bases set up. Therefore, we know that, and if you're looking for another solution, we can actually steer you to the right product. However, we also can help you set up networks and at them very affordable. So that way, if you have summer students or GIS people or surveyors that need to go out, instead of them having bases or having less accurate data, you can actually have a network system set up for your municipality. Some municipalities can even choose to rent out or loan the network to engineers or survey companies or their clients or people that are working in that area. So this is a very, this is again, a very kind of advanced product that we offer, which again would never be on an e-commerce. It would be something that we'd be working side by side, trying to figure out what's best for you guys and how we can set it up, and of course the continued support. Just to kind of, I know we have a limited time and I'm trying to be respectful of that. I just wanted to kind of like, this one would just be kind of showing more of the basic stuff that we have. Not everything has to be, you know, fancy dancy machine control, high-end GPS. Some of your municipalities just might need simple optical levels or pipe lasers or lasers themselves, or even inside lasers, distal finding machines. So we offer all those products. And again, we have multiple manufacturers that we can get from. Some people have preferences. In some cases, it's just that the specifications may be better price pointed at one manufacturer versus another one. So we've already done a lot of that homework, and we work kind of hard on making sure that we stock our favorites, and however we also can custom or and bring in whatever you guys, if you have a specific model and make, we can always make that happen as well. So benefits of the partnership for you guys, it'll be a discounted pricing structure that we created for the ALS. The wide variety of products and brands to choose from. Again, I can't stress enough, we're not really tied to one manufacturer. We're here to try to find you guys the best manufacturer to deal with in your needs at the time. Fast delivery. We stock approximately $1 million of inventory, and as well, we can drop ship from you guys from our dealer or our vendors in Ontario to get it faster. Normally what happens is it usually takes 1 to 2 days to get out to Ontario from us if we are sending it from Alberta. With shipping rates and stuff, of course, you know, 2-3 days is the standard. It doesn't save, and if we have to fly something, we can always fly something in. We also offer custom products, printed pin flags and flagging. We just did some printed pin flags for a municipality in Manitoba, and we were able to save them some money and get it done quite quickly for them. Custom products, depending on how fast you guys can actually approve the proofs and the order, it takes about 10 to 15 days, and we can actually have the order from start to finish completed and shipped to you. We also offer the loaner and demo equipment to the organization free of charge. So as I was mentioning with the pin finders, and before you don't have to commit to purchase it. You can try it out, put it in the field, and if your people like it, then they can go ahead. So there's a little bit less of a risk when you're buying products from us. You get discounted rentals and service rates. We do service. Some of the stuff we will say that we're not the best person for it, and we'll recommend going somewhere else. But there's a lot of, when it comes to levels, tribracs, a lot of the products, we can actually service them for you and you'll get a discounted rate. Rentals, again, we constantly have a rental pool. We can always get you something out there, whether it's just for a week, a couple days, whether it's for summer students. We have different programs. And we also offer free training and education. I'm not an expert at everything, but we also have our partners and our vendors that also provide free webinars and training and videos, whether it be bear safety training, whether it's the software, whether it's just simply on a pin finder. We can offer all that training for you guys. And we had also, as I mentioned earlier, the opportunity to receive community support. I really encourage any municipality or people that if you have an organization, if you have a church, a library, you have a marathon coming up, anything like that, you're looking for some type of contribution, whether it's products that we can donate for you to use, whether it's paint or marking supplies for an event, or if a silent auction or any type of monetary, we really do believe in giving back to the community. When I was on the farm growing up, and of course, even in the smaller cities, raising my kids, very often we always had to try to find funds for other programs. And when it comes to sports and the children and education, and like I was mentioning, even with the environment and bettering gardening, I think it's an important cause. And I'd like to be able to have an opportunity to learn more about what we can offer across Canada. Easy procurement. The program we went through, we are pre-qualified, so you don't necessarily have to go through a tendering process, as far as I understand, and I believe the guys can explain more of that. We have done the tendering, we've went through all the applications and everything, so it is a very easy process. You guys just can call us, email us, and we can put your orders through, and the invoicing and everything's a very seamless process. So what we do, what I'd like to do is encourage everybody to sign up for the newsletter at publicsector@choicesurvey.ca. That is our email that we're using just for all the municipalities to ensure that we have everything going through. We are in the middle of updating and trying to get our program a little bit more streamlined for everybody. But right now, that's the easiest way to get on our emailing list. Some of the products you can see in the pictures here, where if you send us an email and kind of tell us a little bit about yourself or respond to us, we will throw you guys in a draw and give about 10 people some free goodies that they can use at their office, whether it's like our Right in the Rain waterproof, our measuring wheels, bear safety kits, laugh bags, safety vests. We're gonna, whoever signs up, we will actually send out some goodies and some gifts to your office in appreciation for some feedback. So if you guys like, please feel free, name something unique about your community. I feel like everybody gets to hear about who I am and what we are, but I'd love to learn a little bit more about you guys. One thing I've appreciated driving through Ontario and doing my visits there is it's such a diverse province, and it would be really helpful to understand more about you guys and just some fun. So if there's anything unique, I have to admit our province has the large kubassaw and the large egg and interesting things like that. But any type of history, anything that you want to share about your community, I'd appreciate learning more about you. Also, if you guys ever want to kind of give me some feedback, what would you like to see on a website that we tailor to you guys? How can we make the program better for you? What products do you normally order that we can see if we either have solutions for or we can bring in for you as well. We'd like to actually, part of the program is the education and any type of topics that maybe your offices and places or even your residents would like to know about bear safety, anything about GNSS, machine control, safety apparel leveling, any type of stuff that we can help you, that would be great. Please send any information on. Below is the email plus our website and a phone number that you can reach me at. And we do work Ontario time, so we're always available. I think we're at the question time. Where's my guys? There you guys are.
Hey, thank you. And actually, Marcia, I accidentally turned your camera off earlier. My apologies. Down at the bottom left, there should be a start video button down there. So before we get started with the Q&A, I want to just let everybody know that we are going to be continuing these webinars. The next scheduled one is March 24th in 2 weeks, same time. And it's an update on procurement. So we were wanting to do kind of an annual refresher on how cooperative purchasing works, and be able to answer any of the technical questions, particularly surrounding the procurement, buying as a group, and how that works from a legal perspective. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in.
I did decent time. I talk so fast.
Very efficient.
I try.
While we wait for the question, I have one, Marcia. First of all, the bear and safety kit, that sounds awesome. I know we can all use that for hiking, for sure. But I was wondering a little bit about training for products. I noticed that you did loaner and demo free of charge. Can you explain how that works? Like doing a demo, is that going to be coming from Ontario, or would that be something that people would have to contact you in Alberta?
Well, all of the stuff, it's best to contact us. I will be your guys' key person, my son or myself, for Ontario, just to kind of keep it simplistic. However, for example, if you wanted a demo in the iDig, my main guy, of course, is Ontario. He's out of London and Exeter area, so I'd coordinate it with him. Our demo equipment, depending on where it is, the levels and so forth. I do go to Ontario quite often. Unfortunately, with COVID, it has been a little less. Normally, it's, I'd say it's hopefully going to get better. I'm watching it. We're planning a trip. I haven't seen my son for a while, but we do go regularly. And so some of the training, if it is more advanced training, we would actually be on site. It depends truly on the products. If it's a pin finder, for example, the demo would be shipped to you guys and we would just communicate via like Zoom or the videos or phone calls. However, if it's like a little bit more advanced with the GPS and some of the other products, I do have a couple of my partners and my dealers there that they would actually be on the ground training you guys, or we would be there. So we're trying to work around the COVID.
That machine, well, I did touch. That's the honest. What's one of the coolest functions with that is to actually machine around with it?
Oh, the machine control. With machine control, what's great is these guys, you don't have to have that second person constantly we all call them a stick. We'll just use like the level rod in there. And you'll actually have like the idea, your controller has your screen in your cab and you know exactly how much you're digging and where you're digging. So that's what's kind of nice about it is it's much faster and it's like you have everything's used GPS and it's all set up in your cab. So it goes down to a one-man show.
That's neat. I'd love to play around with
that. We can set that up.
That's what and just quick question about, I mean, you've mentioned about determining members' needs and things, but is there a specific person within a municipality you want to make connection with? Like, are there any specific contacts that should be really be made aware? Is it the Director of Public Works, or do you find that you're repeating with a lot of the similar roles within a municipality that you'd like to get this message out to?
I agree. I think that Public Works is a big area. There's a lot of municipalities that have survey departments. Recently, when we started doing this and reaching out to some municipalities, we even found that even just the CAO wasn't somebody that wanted to know about the products. It's very weird, and we're very diverse. So even when it comes to our safety stuff, it's like somebody in administration might be actually getting the summer students their vests and their hard hats, and we have our package that, you know, with safety glasses and stuff. So it is Public Works in the survey department, but it's also the office people. Software, if there's anybody, a GIS manager or CAD manager, there's a lot. So I think we cover a lot of different departments. When we kind of started doing our research, we went, wow, this is interesting of how many people there actually is. Even the construction, some municipalities break down the construction to a different department as well. And again, that would be, you know, the ones that are in charge of the excavators and the dozers and stuff, and the fleet department. So. I'm still looking at your blurry background. I like the blurry background. It starts making you want. See, that's the questions you kind of go through.
Good. Just hides all the mess nicely.
That's right.
Well, I think it would be a good thing for lots of us to sign up for the newsletter and see the different options, and that way we can determine what the needs are for the members and what information they have to gather for you, so that you can help direct them in the right location and to the right products.
Yeah, like I said, it's a very, for what I understand, this is kind of a newer product for you guys, and plus for myself, it's kind of a new program of being a part of this. So I think there's a learning curve, but we got some time to figure it out, and I think more of the communication is the better it is for all of us, and if we can be a part of your guys' solutions versus just kind of being another person's somewheres to buy. It's not about the buying, it's more about the solutions, and the only way we can start is by having that communication from the get-go.
Very interested to hear what the unique stories about the communities that you hear from are.
Yeah, I think actually, and I think I would I'm be interested in hearing, and I'm going to keep that out for a lot of different even different provinces. It would be kind of cool to have some of the stories in, and I think I'm going to reach out a few, and yeah, we'll see what we can find out. It'd be interesting to get to know everybody a little bit better.
Okay.
See any other questions?
Oh, I guess I did a good job then.
Answered everything right off the bat. All right. So I think the three of us can stick around for maybe a couple more minutes in case anything comes up. But for everybody that joined, thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch. If you have any questions, feel free to give Marsha a call, or myself, or Tim. And we look forward to seeing you again at one of our future webinars.
Thanks. Ah, big screen. Here we go.
All right, so I think we can wrap it up there. Thanks, Marsha. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Roger.